Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Quick announcement. If you haven't seen the cover that's at the top of this group, tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, join us. I put the YouTube link in there so that way you can easily access it. Basically, we're talking about what thinking into results is all about. And that's basically the mentorship that I help a lot of people with, and just going over different avenues, not avenues, but different techniques and tapping in deeply summary of each particular lesson that basically changes your entire life and gives you everything that you want. Why wouldn't you want that, right? So, and what I'm doing here, there's two big lies that I'll really share. And this is kind of part two of the Walk Your Talk live stream that you saw here in the group. I got a lot of great feedback from that, so I'll continue the rest of this article and share it with you. So, and lastly, I'm just grateful that today is day 6 of the Create Your Own Reality. And I met so many awesome people and looking forward to meeting more people as well. Just getting out of that rut that you may have been stuck at for so long and wishing and hoping things would change and not really getting the results that you want. Like, that's not really living, trust me. So I'm excited and grateful to help all of you. I really am. It means a lot to me. And, we're all destined for greatness, right? So what I want to share here, the first big lie that I mentioned on the last live stream was most people heard early on in life and accepted as part of their belief system has to do with education. Education. So let's talk a little bit to kind of give you a little feedback here what that means. So we are raised, go to school, earn a degree, and you'll get a good job. There are literally thousands of people walking the streets with their degree in hand and no job. I know some people like that. What happened? Praxis. These poor souls integrated their belief with their behavior. Unfortunately, they believed a lie. They believed that getting an education was getting a degree. Really think about that. They believed that getting an education was getting a degree. So that's not true, obviously, right? So education comes from the Latin word educo, meaning to induce, to develop or draw out from within. To develop or draw out from within. Educo. And a lot of people, we've been conditioned to not really understand what education really is. And education is about developing your God-given powers, or whatever religious background, your spirit powers, whatever, you want to fill in the blank there, the powers that you've been given, right? So demonstrated by what you do, not what you know. I can walk into the office and show you all the books and, certifications and stuff like that. That doesn't mean anything. I mean, it means something, but what you do is part of who you're being. And remember, education is to draw from within. So this is the kind of reevaluate the beliefs that have been impressed in your subconscious mind. And it's not your fault, right? This is just kind of to help you shift things a little bit. So we have been recognizing and rewarding people for what they know, not what they do. Unfortunately, one lie generally leads to another. The second big lie that many people believed and integrated with their behavior deals with our work. So listen to this. The second big lie. For decades, corporations worldwide have preached, you give us loyalty and we will give you security. I have to laugh at that because, and I come from a traditional working background with traditional jobs in corporate America. And there's no security. No security. I've been laid off in that field, there's no security and there's no loyalty there. And I'm sure it resonates with a lot of people here. So like sheep, millions of individuals blindly followed, not thinking and never analyzing the offer being presented. Had a person carefully studied the promise, they would have realized that no company in the world could give a person security, regardless of service or loyalty. So it didn't matter how hard you worked, this guy. Didn't matter how loyal you were to the companies, this guy. The company could never, right, give a person security. So listen to this. Security, real security, comes from within. I need to underline that because I didn't underline that before. Real security comes from within you. So let's underline that. So if you haven't got it there, you haven't got it. When a person gives up freedom for security, they generally end up with neither. So you're giving up your freedom for some sense of security. You definitely aren't free doing jobs that you are unfulfilled and you don't like it, right? And you lose the security, so-called security, right? So you have neither. Isn't that ironic? So if a person believes their security in a job and loses their job, here we go. They are demoralized, feeling they've lost everything. I've been there. So interview any one of the thousands of competent people who are victims of layoffs, downsizing, right-sizing, or re-engineering, whatever word, right? They were loyal. They thought they were secure in any one of 1,000 large corporations. Ask the person whose severance pay is all gone. Wow, right? See how they feel. Find out how secure they are with the belief they had. Many of these people are resentful, blaming the company. Now, that's a dark place to go, and I was there as well, right? So in most cases, the company did the only thing they could in an attempt to stay alive. So blame is always inappropriate, regardless of how justified you may feel. So blame is always inappropriate. It doesn't matter how right you are. I hate to step on your toes, but this is to help you. I'm always here to help you. This is for your benefit. So we are all responsible for where we are and the results we are experiencing. Ooh, responsibility. There's that word, right? So we are all responsible for where we are and the results we are experiencing. So if your results are not to your liking, you should examine your beliefs. This is very important. So when you take responsibility of your life, that's the freedom. You're tapping into your own freedom when you take responsibility for everything, right? The way you feel, the way you think, the money that you have, etc. So if your results are not to your liking, you should examine your beliefs. You have to shift your beliefs. So check to see if your beliefs are integrated with your behavior. This is so good. So the promise corporations made was not viable. I like that word, viable. Currently, companies are still making promises, but the promise have changed. Now they're saying, you give us performance and we will give you the opportunity for growth and development. That is a sound idea, right? They're saying, you give us performance, right? And obviously will give you opportunity for growth. So it is in harmony with the laws of the universe. Integrate that belief with your behavior, and you must win. You must win. So the whole loyalty thing and security, it's gone. It's performance. And obviously you have opportunity for growth. Security is never there, especially in corporate America or corporate jobs. I have some people in other countries, right? So what do you believe? Developing and reviewing your own personal belief system is the most important mental responsibility you have been given. So you want to develop and review your personal belief system. So this is understanding why you believe certain things. You would be wise to make a written list of your beliefs, then step back and look at your list as if it belonged to a stranger. Hopefully, you have a good sense of humor because some of what you are going to see will probably be quite comical. At least that is the conclusion reached by most people who complete this exercise, honestly. So this is a big exercise. If you've never done it, do it now. Don't put it off. You attracted this video and you watched to this moment for a reason. This is where you start to evaluate why you believe certain things in your life. You can never outperform your belief system. This is why you gotta shift things. Okay. So, and it is comical when you look at the beliefs you've been holding on to, right? So here is a beautiful truth. So we talked about 2 lies, right? It is well established and clearly documented that you've believed an overabundance of lies with respect to who you are and what you're capable of doing. Really think about that. It's high time that you begin to tap into the beautiful truth that if you can see it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. So if you can see it in your mind, you can have it in your reality. This is why vision is important. Using your imagination properly instead of focusing on what you don't want. This is key here. So you are a spiritual being, and as such have potential without limitation, which means you're unlimited forevermore. It's your thoughts that limit you and your beliefs. You can improve every aspect of your life until your entire life is an open and obvious expression of your own inner beauty and limitless potential. I love how that's worded. Listen to that. You can improve every aspect of your life until your entire life is an open and obvious expression of your own inner beauty and limitless potential. You have inner beauty in you, and you have limitless potential. This is how you improve your life. This is just part of it. So happiness, health, and prosperity are normal and natural states for you to experience. Happiness, health, and prosperity. These are normal and natural states for you to experience. There should be no room for lack or limitation in your world. No room for it. So the only thing that stands between you and all the good that life can offer is a sound belief system. The only thing that stands between you and all the good that life can offer is a sound belief system that is in harmony with the laws of the universe. Combine that with the effective use and application of praxis, and you've got a winning combination. And there's a quote here at the end. We are all responsible for where we are and the results we are experiencing. We are all responsible. Now it's time to shift them. So that is just part of this article that I wanted to share. And just in time, it looks like our groceries are here. So let me get off camera and join us tonight, going in detail different topics of what thinking into results is. And I hope this was helpful for you. Much love always, much success, and I'll see you soon.